Happy day 7, beautiful people. 3, 2, 1, no kidding podcast. This is Bobbie the Awesome, and I'm happy you're here. So, day 7, so that's a weekend. This conversation is going to be about how we're doing, checking in. What are we feeling like? We've gotten through the first weekend of dry January. Are we noticing any differences? Is it hard? Did you pick up a drink? Like where you're like, oh nope, my friends aren't doing it, so I'm gonna do it, or out of boredom, or out of like, what's the point of this, or the hangover from New Year's Day is worn off. Where are you at? Or are you on day 7 and you notice that the house is a little cleaner, you finished the book, you had a conversation that you were present for? Is your mind still wandering? Is it on the whole, I can't do this? I'm thinking about a drink. I'm thinking about February. I'm thinking about, is this over yet? What did I do? So where are you at? That's what I'm wondering. So let's talk about if it's the easy train. So you're cruising along, it's the 7th day, doesn't feel that hard. If that is what you're experiencing, yay, congratulations. I remember feeling that way because and the reason I felt that way when I had first stopped drinking was because I was working on things I wanted to get towards. I wanted to go on that Asia trip, and I was not going to ruin the opportunity of a lifetime to go on this sober travel trip. You can't do do-overs. You might be able to go to Cambodia and Thailand more than once in your life, but you can't do it with the same people and the same moments and the same weather. And like, did you ever take a photo and think, it'll never be this way again? It might be the same sunset, it might be the same person, but it'll never be that moment again. And it's really interesting when you take a photo and you think of it that way. So, are you being present, a little more present? What are your emotions like? What's your body like? Is your brain playing games, or are you starting to think about the things you could do because you're not drinking? Are you thinking about how you layer it back in when the month's over? Like, okay, got through this. Are you struggling to find activities or things to keep you busy? Like, are you bored? So, a big component of today, like I would love to see you writing down these feelings. See where you're at. Take notice. Because here's the thing. You don't remember necessarily. Like, I'm so impressed with all the people that talk about all the feelings and what they were going through very early on that are documenting it upon reflection. I don't honestly, when I was first in not drinking and all of that, I didn't notice anything. Like, because I didn't notice, or if I did notice, I forgot now because so many things have happened in my life since that my memory, like, not my memory, the way my brain works, once something is done, it's done. Like, and maybe that's my focus on past, present, future. It's like, okay. And I wish I documented more, which is part of why I'm here to kind of talk about where we're at, how I'm feeling about this dry January, how see if I can be of any help to you listening out there. So let's say we're on day 7 now and we're struggling a little. We're getting a little anxious. We're missing, for me, gambling was my first love. I've referred to it as my boyfriend before. Are you missing it? Are you thinking, damn, I wish I could get home and open a glass of wine after work, like go back to work after all these weird schedules and maybe time off? Is are you are you going to the gym in the morning and starting a new routine and it feels all overwhelming because you're not drinking? Now you got to go to the gym. It might be cold outside. Like, all of that stuff is perfect. That's what I'm here to really tell you today. Whether it feels easy peasy because it just does, whether it's your body and mind aren't uh, physiologically and physically having issues with it, with not having it in your life, if that's where you're at, I guess I would ask you, what's the point of drinking again after dry January? Like, is there one? Is it the social? Is it the flavor experience, the drink experience? Is it habit? Like, this is while you don't have alcohol in your system for dry January, you get to explore all this stuff and be mindful about it. And it's a great way to decide what February looks like, or the next hour looks like, or today looks like. Like, take the time and the beauty of a clear head and mind to enjoy what's happening, to notice what's happening. If someone told me, like, from rehab for gambling or when I first stopped drinking, to like notice and document it and stuff, oh my God, that would be such a great gift to have. Not only to release, but to practice the awareness. Because as the journey continues, awareness is the key to everything. You can't fix something or work on something or evolve something or handle something if you don't know about it, right? So when you can get to that point of noticing and observing your feelings, it took me until, and I'm still not a pro at this, I'm still working on this, but identifying my feelings outside of, I know happy, I know sad, I know angry, I know lonely, but I don't know the more intricate ones. I know fear. Oh boy, do I know fear. I know those ones, but then there's anxious. I can't see. I don't even know the words for them. To never mind identifying them, but there's like these different levels to even noticing our emotions and how we're feeling in the moment and checking in. So it's the time for new habits and new stuff. And don't let the freaking, I'm going to go back to the calendar. Do not let the calendar decide for you what you should or shouldn't be doing. We talked about streaks already. We talked about the calendar. Like, you're here now in this moment, and you can make a choice in any part of the moment what you want to do in the next moment. You can make that choice, and it doesn't have to be deciding the rest of your life and mapping it out. This was just to kind of check in, talk to you about what you're feeling, what you're experiencing. Maybe you hate it. Maybe you're back to drinking and you're hearing this fast forward 5 years from now, or 3 years from now, or 2 weeks from now, wherever you are. Here's the thing: you're on your own journey, and it's going to take the time it takes. And that's okay. It's it's your life. And I just invite you to own it. Decide for yourself. And I think you have more information to decide for yourself if you take notice of where your emotions at, where your body's at, what's changing. I'm watching a beautiful girl in town evolve. She's only been working on her stuff for, say, 3, 4 weeks. Whether she's reading the book, she's going to adult children of alcoholics. She's doing the work and she's noticing things. And that's another thing, guys. If you have a buddy that's kind of like on this journey with you that you can even have these conversations with, that's a great resource, because even though we're aware that we're trying to be aware, we still have blind spots. Like, invite someone in. And it's really cool. Someone you could trust and be honest, as authentically honest as possible, using kind language and love and helping support them, but where you can give them feedback in a safe container so that you guys can individually process some of that stuff that we can hold up for each other in the mirror. Do it with love, do it with kindness and best of intentions, but it helps. It really does help to have someone to hold the mirror up. So congratulations on just being here, listening to the show, whatever stage you're in of dry January or any journey to remove addictive behavior in your life. I love you. You're doing awesome. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And until I see you next time,